Hello again. Welcome to my pick a card. Today's going to be a nice pick a card of animated adventure. You can pick between decks 1, 2, or 3. We're just going to put these dice on there. They are going to be rolled all for that deck. Hope you can see all those. We have deck 1 over here, deck 2 right here, and then of course what would be left, deck 3. So let's take a minute to get relaxed and decide. I'll have some tea here. Peppermint and lemongrass is what I'm having today. As we see, the snow is gone. Although we did have a little bit of snow early in the morning again today. This is Sunday. It did melt pretty quick. So, last chance, 1, 2, 3. And actually, I'm going to take a look at the bottom card of each one this time. So if you pick deck 1, your bottom card is Ass der Münzen. So Ace of Pentacles. You may have something that's going to be going on with money. If you pick deck 2, well, also Pentacles, but the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, we'll put that aside for a second. If you picked deck 3, it's the 4 of Pentacles, so also Pentacles, but if you pick deck 3, looks like you might be in saver mode or need to think about saving up a little bit. All Pentacles today, that's crazy. Okay. Well, be that as it may, we'll start with deck 1, which was the Ace of Pentacles. And we have, okay, an Aquarius, Pluto, the Descendant. So something that might be a little too strong in your personality. The 9, we got spiritual things, enlightenment, and also far travels, right close in your sun there. And Virgo, we have Aries. So possibly you're a Virgo, possibly you're an Aries, or you're like me, you're a Virgo who has been feeling that Aries energy, wanting to get it right, wanting to be first, wanting to be successful, getting fired up. And here we go. Now, if you pick this deck, you'll notice that it's a very pretty deck, in my opinion, as far as having lots of color to it. Let's put that one right in there. It's called, what was it, like Fairy Tales and Mythologies, I believe is the translation. So here in Libra, in your moon, we have the 4 of Wands. 2 different cultures meeting together, hoping to be happy together. The Star of Hope in the middle there. Now I've read all of these cards on what the fairy tale behind them is. I can't remember the whole story in detail in all of them. But this one, I think that is her brother that has been turned into a sheep. And she's hoping to save him and turn him back to a human before someone slaughters him to eat him or something. So very much a hope. You know, I mean, our lamb, right? Lamb of God that slaughtered for all of us. Very reminiscent of this 9 here, your faith and belief systems. And the star, of course, is just in general a hopeful sign. So it looks like that's where we are in this reading generally, is on a hope, maybe a question of faith. And with that ace that we had for the bottom, the ace of coins or ace of pentacles, I would say start of seeing beyond the material. In Aquarius, we have the Knight of Cups, a very loving knight, and he's got an eagle, which those kind of birds of flight, birds of prey, are signs of strength, but also of knowledge and of message, right? So here, kind of a reminiscent of a message of love and good faith, a very loving person. And that's in the Pluto. In Aquarius, Pluto is the transformations. Here the page. So another court card. Looks like you have a few court cards. And the page of coins. There also with some animals, 2 stags. So kind of a feeling of getting in touch with nature. I can't remember what story that was, but it looks like it's one of those Swedish or Nordic storylines. That's in your accepting challenge. And also the sun, which the sun was the star here. In your communications and the beauty, where you see value and beauty, we have 3 of Cups, which makes a lot of sense. 3 of Cups is, of course, communication and happy celebration. So that is making sense for that area. With Aries, which was over here one of the dice, kind of alluding to the moon and the celebration. Looks like a faith and wedding type of feeling in this one. 6. So enlightenment, you're being cheered on. You are finding a group that is in the same vein as you. You're feeling enlightened. Here in your confidence, the page of wands. So a burning new desire. Burning courage. Feeling ready to take whoever head on, right? And then in Mars, your male drive or dominance, fighting drive, I guess you can see, is das Gericht, the judgment. So a finalization. So with that, I would say the reading here with the moon and the Aries is much a finalization towards a happy marriage, a union. Perhaps someone is changing their faith to match the faith of someone who wants to get married together. And it looks like it's a good idea, good union, good faith. The love is strong there. So in this first reading, I am not seeing much of a problem to conquer. I'm just seeing this is the path we're taking and we're happy with it. So good for that one. That's an easy one. Sometimes we like to see, this is where there's some trouble or conflict, but some readings, because these are more like a vibe check reading, some readings are just, hey, everything is going great for you. You have that start, the new start into a productive marriage, it seemed like for me, with a like-minded person, very much in love there. So great. So that was our fairy tale vibe. Now we're going into the next. While I'm putting away this deck and getting the next one out, I'd like to remind everyone that I do these kind of as a way for you to get to know me, but I really would love to do this in person for people, right? Go in deeper. And we can do it like make a video and send it to you, or over WhatsApp and then send it through Venmo, or we can actually, if you're in the Salt Lake area, meet in person. That's always my favorite way to do it, because in person you just get a lot more energy, and therefore the reading would be a lot more exact, right? Anyway, this was your first card if you picked deck 2. Here we are on deck 2. This one looks like a worker or getting, or a person trying to start something. The first house, so first impressions, we've got the Libra over there pulling the moon from the Libra in that direction. And again, with the, what is it that we may be too much of? Now let's give these a shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Now I'll try and always get one card. These are the cards that get a little bit sticky. You know what? Let's give this one 3. Just because then we got each dice kind of covered. Okay. So over here in Libra with the moon. 3 of discs. So in your subconscious, 2 people fighting with each other. Subconscious, usually the 3 of discs would be collaboration. In this case, because it's in your subconscious, I kind of feel to read it a little bit differently in struggle with 2 different or multiple ideas that are in your head that you're kind of figure out which one is your real idea. In Aquarius with Pluto, we have the Princess of Cups. And she's like the page, obviously. Cups, so good emotions, honest emotions, being true to yourself. That's what we're trying to get to, the transformation aspect with Pluto pulling on that. You're trying to be able to decipher your emotions better, right? To cut clear, to see what is confusion and what is really you. Here we have the Prince of Cups. So moving right from the princess to the prince. And that is your accepting a challenge. So wanting to be that lover, the romantic, right? That's the Prince of Cups. Also, the sun, what's really important to you. And then here with the Mercury and Venus, 10 of Swords. So some kind of a big upset. Something's coming to an end and something has crushed you. And communications and beauty and what you love, I would guess that this is a ending of a relationship that has got you confused. You're thinking, what did they throw at my head? Is it true? Am I really like that? That's what you're trying to figure out, I think. You're thinking, is that really me? Or are they just saying that because they're angry and because they're kind of wanting to push it on me, not see who they are, but tell me who I am. The 8 of Discs, which we had anyway, right? The enlightenment, potential for sudden change, enlightenment, and awakening in Uranus. Pulling out there. What is Taurus, right? Uranus is in Taurus. So, 8 of Discs. I guess that was a strong one. That strong pull pulled it right from the bottom of the deck right through to the top here when I shuffled it. So in enlightenment, you're working hard. What you need to do is work hard into something else. Get your mind off of this with work. You are a strong person. You are a smart person. You're a hard worker. An Ace of Discs and Jupiter in your confidence. So you've got the money. You put worth in material things, I'd say. And those material things may sometimes just comfort you. And it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the only thing in the world, I like to say always. And the Queen of Discs in Cancer and the loving emotion, and Mars, the fighting drive. So Queen of Discs, very caring person, always has a little extra food for whoever needs it, right? Always likes to share her abundance with others. So that's a very good thing. Very good vibes here. We already talked about the moon, the Three of Discs. However, we wanted to see how that being in Libra is counterbalancing with the Libra over here, which we put Two of Swords. So, dueling in your head, you're guarded with the Two of Swords. It's like same energy as what I was just describing from the Three of Discs, even though that's not usually what the Three of Discs is. But here it is, the Two of Swords. You're guarded. You're not sure, right? You don't know if you want to let someone in because they're just talking in your head. Five of Wands for this one here, which is the one you might be doing too much. And yes, the Five of Wands is another fighting card. So what you're really good at, but you might want to cut down on that. Just because you're good at it doesn't mean you have to overdo it, right? You can have more than one talent, especially if that talent says you are good at picking a fight. And this card over here, number 1, right very in your center here. On the moon side though, which, hello moon over here, right, Libra? The Hierophant. So, very tricky, very interesting, because the Hierophant is a knowledge giver, right? But it's kind of a like also knowledge gatekeeper, right? He has keys that he chooses who gets them. So if you're someone that's kind of smart guy that wants to not let everyone in, that might be the vibe I'm getting from that. That's what people are seeing, is that you're acting a little bit above them with your fighting here, guarded and fighting and also fighting, right? There's just a lot of maybe you're being a little bit too attacking of people. So the way we fix that would always just be a little more kind, a little more going from, hey, I mean well, but it's not quite come across that way, from the Prince of Cups to what we accepted in our challenge here with Saturn is, I am the biggest lover, the Prince of Cups. You know, we want to go from princess to prince. That's pretty much what you need to do in the transformation and accepting challenge. That is kind of where we are. Is, you know, step back a little. I know it's hard for me to say you don't always need to be right. I am a Virgo, but I guess you don't always need to be right. You know. Okay, anyway, let's go on to the next person, because there's not much more I can say about that. You know, it is what it is. That's what the cards are telling me. You are just maybe doing that a little bit too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all these together again and get out my next deck. While I am putting this away, see, I'll just remind you guys, I am always available in the Salt Lake area, maybe for, you know, birthday parties. I have, and I think I just showed it in my other video last week, a nice cat tarot. It's very cute and very harmless for child's birthdays or teenager birthdays. I have even, you know, I mean, teenagers, depends on who you are. I would let my teenager dabble in tarot, but not everyone likes that. So yes, something tarot that's super cute and fluffy. For adult ones, I have some great, I'm not going to show them on YouTube because they look very risque, but they're actually not. They're actually super good at relationship emotional information that you could do at like maybe a bachelorette party or something, a bachelor party. Anyway, let's go here. Or like I said, if you're going to a medieval fair, I'd love to do that. I got all the costumes. Okay, for this one now, you guys that picked picked this deck, right? And what did we have at the bottom? 4 of discs? Yes, right? 4 of discs, exactly. So you have Scorpio. Okay, a Scorpio dice. We have the sun in the sun, and then the 10. Okay, so interesting, interesting. Let's throw down the cards. Let's give them a little mix here. A little shuffle, shuffle. So 10th house is going to be about your... Oh, I forgot. Ooh, I forgot the... Look at that. There's one ace still out here. That's interesting. Okay, so that was still out there. Ace of discs in Jupiter. We'll see how that affects anything. But we are... Okay. Here we go. So you saw that was the other deck. The first one was kind of a fairy tales. The other one was manga. And you'll see this one is also manga, but a little more... I feel it's more like a old Japanese art book type of manga. It's not really the classic as the other one was. That looked very manga-ish. This one has beautiful color splashing over for each sign, I guess you want to call it, for each, what is it, suit. Okay, we'll start with the moon again. The wheel we have here in the moon. So a question of the confidence, right? Which is maybe why Jupiter still had that card on there, kind of drawing it out. Anyway, so the wheel, a question of your confidence of what could happen, what can be, with the being in Libra, has to do with balance, how you feel balanced with others. Here we have the King of Pentacles in your transformation. That is seeming to be where you want to get to. A good businessman, a caring businessman, sometimes a ruthless businessman, but definitely making his own money. Here we have the 4 of Chalices. We've got that beautiful color scheme from there coming over into here. She's looking nice. With the 4, she is pouring, as we can see, right? She's already accepted that cup, different than other decks. So here's accepting challenges, and what's very important to you with the sun, it looks like the accepting challenge part is going to not be a problem for you. You are ready to accept a challenge. You're ready to do what it takes to make things pop into reality. And even more pentacles. Wow, you have almost everything pentacles here, so... Okay, 7 of Pentacles. This is the watching the garden grow, huh? Watching your efforts take root and your efforts grow pentacles for you. In this one it looks different, but the enlightenment of Uranus is showing that the enlightenment is possible. You know, I mean, you're definitely with all the pentacles looking for material gain, and that's probably why there was that 4 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck to start, right? But with this being 4 of Cups, it's a challenge acceptance, right? It's a like emotionally clarity, I'd say, because of the way that this particular 4 of Cups is. It's very different than other ones. Oh, I just went right to her with these pentacles. I forgot about this. So the prince, okay, sorry about that. I'm holding the camera all weird. The Princess of Wands riding a tiger. In this deck, prince and princess, or knight and what does it say? It's switched over. So this is actually the knight, the princess. In Mercury, so communications, very passionate about communicating what you want, what's beautiful, what's successful to you. You know, you are ready to go at it to make that success. And then we see here the 7 of Pentacles, more pentacles, ready to Ready to get the money coming in. It's hard to talk so much. I am not that much of a talker. Okay. In Jupiter, in your confidence, we do have the sorceress. So usually the magician. But this is one of those decks where all the sexes are switched up. So instead of a magician, it's a magicianess or a sorceress, I guess. And so that confidence is crazy. It's like you have all the tools, you, seeing from the other cards, you believe that you do, you know that you do, you're ready to make it happen. See, this card has a lot more red in it for the wands, whereas the other ones, even the water card, had a lot of greens and yellows, right? Kind of subdued. Same with this next one here with greens and yellows, which green is confidence, although the red here, very pursuing. Green is also with money and greed, right? So it kind of depends how you read it. Yellow can be timidness, so it's kind of weird that the two here are kissing and embracing. That's in the fiery drive, the manly drive. Looks like you are in a good relationship or getting that relationship through this business opportunity or business idea or whatever it is where you are trying to get that money. Hopefully this isn't just indicating you're marrying rich, huh? That would just not be right. But it's also possible. But here we have the drive and strength. So lovers, I mean, manly drive, we can sometimes see it as a physical drive. All healthy as it seems. I mean, that one, I wouldn't say it as much in that direction because there is a lot here with that money coming in, right? With work done. Here we have the Justice, which is the 8 in this deck for Scorpio. So with Scorpio being that magnetically charming but also devious, I would say Justice mixed with that deviousness, well, you are magnetically charming. Everything in this reading is sounding like very good business opportunities, smart, savvy, business type of energy. So even in Justice, you are here with the water and emotion. Emotions all around you, water all around you, but you are keeping on your toes and you are staying in a clear mind. He's holding that sword there, it's almost going to pierce him. He's not letting that get in. Swords being thoughts. He's not letting outside talk getting in his head. He seems very clear. Here, the 10, reputations and how people see you. It says the Fool, but in this deck, although the Fool, you would think, okay, he's just a novice, he's starting, he doesn't know what's up. But in this card, it's very white, very pure. So, if we're seeing the other emotions as colors, as I said with this card, nothing is getting in. You are going to choose your own colors. You are the one painting that path with little pink flowers, right? They're blooming there where you walked. So you are creating the success yourself. And lastly, the Sun in the Sun, which is pretty amazing. We have the Priestess. And that's actually the 5, the Priestess. Okay, so it's kind of confusing. Obviously, I was first thinking High Priestess, but then, she'd be a different number. So this is the Emperor, I guess, because it's also not I guess we can say it's the Hierophant, because usually 5 is the Hierophant, right? So I guess the Hierophant in this one is also a woman, Priestess. Interesting enough. I haven't used this deck in quite a while, actually. This is one of my first ones I've had, and it's been years since I've had this, since I bought this. Anyway, so with the Hierophant being usually a controlling person, right? He has keys that he doesn't give everybody, but it being a woman in this case, it makes me think much more of the High Priestess, which is someone who gives knowledge very gracefully, especially with this moon here, which is usually at the feet of the High Priestess, right? So confusing deck. In this deck, this would be the Hierophant, but knowledge is given, right? If you're searching, then you are ready to receive it, it seems. So, beautiful. Very interesting. That's what's important to you, right? Is gaining that wisdom in order to have this, which you are seeming to be doing very gracefully. So, beautiful reading. All three of those were quite beautiful. Quite quick though, so I guess I'll make another video because that went pretty fast. I'll use some other decks, so take with you what you like or watch one of the other videos. Seems like that's what people like to do. I hope you have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you.